Sensors are a key tool in making an EFI engine run and ensuring it operates correctly. Hi, I'm Jordan Cox, and today I'm here to talk about the large range of sensors and accessories for performance use, available through Premier Auto Trade. Beginning with ECU Inputs, one of the most valuable sensors is fluid pressure. These are available in various pressures, designed for various fluids, and all operate from 0 to 5 volt. Choosing the pressure range for the particular application there guarantees the most accuracy. Starting at the low end is the OPS 502, a 0 to 30 psi variohm sensor commonly used for coolant pressure. This is an ECU input that is often overlooked. I mean, why would you want to analyse coolant pressure? This gives you an easy window to know your head gasket, for instance, and tells you if your cylinder head is lifting under boost. This, along with the other variohm pressure sensors, have a 1/8 inch MPT thread. Next is the OPS 504, which is a 100 psi variohm sensor. This is commonly used for fuel for both carby and EFI applications. It can also be used for wastegate pressure and in CO2 systems. Moving up in pressure, we have the OPS 130, 150 psi variohm sensors. These are generally used for oil pressure, fuel pressure, or in very high boost applications. Before we jump higher in pressure, I'll mention two Bosch sensors. OPS 505 is a 145 psi pressure sensor, which may be used for various fluids including oil and fuel. And the OPS 131 is a combination 145 psi pressure sensor and temperature sensor. Both these Bosch sensors have an M10x1 thread with a flare machine under the end. They are priced very attractively compared to the motorsport grade variohm sensors. Moving back to variohm, there's an OPS 503 250 psi sensor followed by an OPS 501 500 psi sensor. This is commonly used in high pressure environments such as transfluid. Lastly, we jump to the 2000 psi OPS 151 sensor, commonly used for brake pressure and nitrous pressure. All of these variohm sensors are both E85 and methanol safe, and the ultimate solution for speed and accuracy. On to manifold pressure. PRT do sell the traditional Delco 1, 2, 3 bar sensors that have been used for many years, but newer Motorola Motorsport sensors are also available, again providing more speed and accuracy. Starting with the 1.15 bar MAP172 sensor, followed by the 2 bar MAP171, and the 3 bar MAP170, and the 4 bar MAP067. These sensors all contain a 5mm barb and Deutsch connector. From here, we go to the 5 bar, followed by the 8 bar. Both of these variohm sensors are 1/8 inch MPT, with the 5 bar being MAP117 and the 8 bar being MAP129. Now, for those of you that don't have a good understanding of MAP sensors, in basic form, 1 bar of the range is used for vacuum, with the remaining pressure range being able to be used for boost. Therefore, a 3 bar sensor can read 2 bar or 29 psi of boost. A 5 bar sensor can read 4 bar of boost, etc. Variohm don't recommend sensors are mounted to engines. For this reason, Raceworks sell remote sensor blocks in either 2-way or 4-way versions. These allow 1/8 MPT sensors to be mounted in a remote location, with extra ports for gauges, bleeders, etc. Raceworks also have universal extension hose kits available with a 1/8 inch MPT male and female adapter and a hose with some P-clips. Note, all the MAP sensors I've discussed so far are universal sensors. Raceworks also do direct fit sensors for GM such as MAP016, which is a 2 bar sensor, and MAP114, which is a 2.7 bar sensor. Ford applications use Bosch T-MAP sensors, which both read manifold pressure and air temperature. PRT carry MAP055, which is 2.5 bar, MAP056, which is 3 bar, and MAP099, which is 4 bar. These can be used as universal sensors also, using the ALY140 aluminium weld-on flange kits. Now, with pressure out of the way, we move on to temperature sensors, starting with air temperature. The most common sensor sold is the Raceworks 1/8 inch MPT sensor ATS026, But Delco sensors are also available in two threads. ATS 003 is M14 by 1.5 and ATS 005 is 3/8-inch MPT. Fluid temperature, again, the Raceworks 1/8 inch MPT sensor is most popular, which is CTS 131. Three other sensors are available. CTS 015, which is a Bosch sensor, which is M12 by 1.5, and CTS 016, a Delco sensor, which is 3/8-inch MPT. And CTS 029 is another Delco sensor, which is M12 by 1.5. These are all standard range sensors most commonly used for water, coolant temperature, and engine oil temperature, and read up to 150 degrees Celsius. Should a high range sensor be required, Raceworks do the CTS 149, which is up to 230 degrees Celsius. This is commonly used for trans temp in racing applications. Another key ECU input is engine position. Many high performance cars commonly run a crank angle sensor on the crank pulley or harmonic balancer, and a Hall sensor on the camshaft. For those that don't have this setup and want to go to this setup, PAT carry a Bosch sensor, which is CAS 410. This is a reluctor, commonly used with Raceworks ALY 179 sensor mount. PAT also carries ZF, also known as cherry red sensors, part number HAL 501. Trigger wheels are available in a few different sizes and patterns, such as the 60-2 billet wheel. 36-1 is also available. Your ECU also requires a throttle position input. Raceworks sell a range of sensors for use with 8mm D shafts that rotate in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction. There's also a TPS 501 sensor that can be mounted either way, meaning it can be used for both clockwise or counterclockwise throttle blade movement. The key to these sensors is to check the mounting bolt spacing and see if it works for your application. This info is available on the Raceworks website. Active TPS are also available from Varione, used in high-end motorsport or drive-by-wire applications. Two versions are available. TPS 500, which has two sensors with no overlap, or TPS 502, used for drive-by-wire that has two sensors with overlap, for redundancy reasons. Accelerator pedals and pedal position sensors are also available, such as this Bosch APS 502 pedal and Aisin APS 003 position sensor, commonly found in Nissans. Now that the vitals are out of the way, comes the sensors used for tuning. Wideband oxygen or air-fuel ratio sensors are available. EGO 136 is the Bosch LSU 4.2, EGO 512 is the Bosch LSU 4.9 short loom, and EGO 514 is the LSU 4.9 long loom. These are the most common sensors used, with some in recent times switching to NTK LZ A09E1, which is EGO 808. Flex fuel sensors are very popular these days with the availability of V85. PAT sell two sensors made by Continental. They both perform the same operation: ethanol content and fuel temperature. The larger of the two is FSA 022 and has an integrated mount. The smaller and cheaper sensor is FSA 023. Raceworks make a billet aluminium mount for this, which is ALY 151BK. NOx sensors. Two common Bosch sensors are available. KNS 018 is the Bosch 006 sensor, and KNS 027, shown here, is the Bosch 045 sensor. Now this is not the complete PAT performance sensor range, but as you can see, the range is quite large. When it comes to motorsport, data is key. Many of today's modern ECUs have loads of channels, and these sensors allow the ECU to operate, provide engine protection, and allow you to push your car to its limits reliably.